Hello everybody, welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you the updated princess bustier. So feel free to like and share my video, and I hope you enjoy the class. First is that I'm going to measure our paper into two. So this into two is 26, so I'm going to measure it into that's 13. Then I'm going to draw a straight line. So that's going to be for the back and the front. So after I've done that, you can see it now. I've already shaped it into, I've divided it into two. So the next thing for me to do now is to take the full length of the blouse. So for the full length of the blouse, I'm going to be using 21. Let's use 21. Okay, let me use 22. 22. So I know that this is where I'm going to be starting from. I'm going to be starting from here. So I'm going to have to turn the paper like this. Have you seen it? I turn the paper like this. So it's going to be easier for me. So that means this is where I'm going to be starting from. This is going to be my starting point. So fast forward to what we are going to do next. What we're going to do next now is to take the shoulder measurements. And for me to take the shoulder measurement, that means I'm just going to, my shoulder is 14, divided into 2. That's going to give me 7. So the armhole depth I'm going to be using is 8. How to get our armhole depth, I have a video on my YouTube, and you can check it. So for you to know how I get the armhole depth. So the armhole depth I'm using is 8. So I'm just going to take my ruler this way and draw a straight line. So after doing this, I'm just going to indicate the on the bust is 12. While the bust point is 9. The half length 16. So after doing that, I'm just going to take the ruler this way and draw it. That's the indication. So I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. So this is the bust point here, the underbust, and the half length. So what I'm going to take now is the nipple to nipple measurement. The nipple to nipple measurement is 3.5. So 3.5. So at this point, I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing very well. So this is it. I have it this way. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to curve my armhole, then add my shoulder slant. The shoulder slant I'm going to add, this is how I'm going to add it. I'm going to go down by 1 inch. And I'm going to indicate the neckline I want to use. The neckline I want to use is 3 by 3. Or if it's a cano neck, it depends on what you want to use. If you want to use a cano neckline, that means you're going to be using 5 by 3. Or you can use 4.5 by 3. Or you know how cano neck looks like. It's a very slanted way. Okay, let's use cano neck. That's 4.5 by 3. So after this, you just take your curve ruler. You take your curve ruler this way. And you're going to, from this place, you're going to come down so that the shoulder is not going to be pointy. You are going to come down by 0.2. 0.2 this way. Then you just slant it down. Hope you guys see what I did. By this shoulder here, I came down by 0.2. So that it's not going to have a sharp edges. When you sew it, so that it's not going to have sharp edges. So you just go down by the 1 inch. So after that, you're not going to come by the armhole. Measure what you have. I have 7 here. Then you divide it into 2. Into 2 is going to give you 3.5. Then you come in by 0.5 inch. This way. After that, you take your ruler. You draw a straight line this way. Then you curve it also. You curve it this way. Hope you get it. Hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So you can see that everything is looking like normal. So what we're going to do now is take our bust measurement. Our bust measurement is 35. 35 into 2 is going to give us. So I want to teach you people how to get it in case so that you'll not disturb your brain. This is 36 here, right? Then you take your tape rule. You do it this way into 2. So into 2 now give us 18.2. This is 18.2 now. Also, I'm going to do it this way into 2 to give me the right. So it's giving me 9.1. 9.1. So you can see 35 divided by 4 is going to give us, I'm coming, okay, 8.7. So it's 8.7. Sorry, I made a mistake in the first place. It's not up to 9. So this is it this way. So this is the real measurement. Then the next thing we're going to measure is our half length. Half length divided 27 divided by 4. The same way, I'm doing it the same way. You can see what I'm doing. Into 2, then you do it into 4 also. So it gave me 6.8. 6.8. So I'm indicating it there. Then for the full length, what we're going to use is your hip measurement. Hip measurement. So the hip measurement I'm going to use now is 36. So 36 into 4, that is 9. This down part. Sorry, I can see my camera is not getting there. So this is it. So I'll just have to take my ruler now and join everything together. So this is it. You can see everything. This is what it looks like. So after this now, what we're going to do next is to remove our darts. So what we want to do now is to remove our darts. So the dart intake, you know how we do the dart intake? We take it from the half length. I'm going to come out by half an inch from the other side. So I'm coming out by half an inch. Then the bust point, I'm going to come down by half an inch up to by half an inch. So I'm going to take my ruler this way. I'll join the half length. I'll do it this way to the half length. Then also, I'm going to come down also to the ending. So to remove the dart leg of the under, you're just going to go up by 1 inch. After you go 1 inch, you just, from the half length, you just draw a straight line meeting the down this way. Then the other side also, you are going to do it this way. Hope you understand. So after that, you've seen now that our dart leg is standing very well. So now what is remaining next is to do the underbust tightening. So for the underbust tightening, our underbust is 28 divided by 4, that's 20, that's 7. So let's measure it and see what is going to give us. So this is giving us 8. Yes, this is giving us 8. So 8, that means it's supposed to be 7. So we are having 1 more inches extra. We are having 1 more inches extra. So it's the 1 inch now that we're going to use to do the underbust tightening. So for the underbust tightening, you already know that there's already a dart already that we took going down to the half length. So now we are going to divide it. So for the frontal part, for the first part of the bust, we are going to put in a lesser one, and for the other side we are going to be putting more there. So what we are going to do is we are going to divide it. So here I'm going to be putting 4 for the front part, and for the other place of the curving part I'm going to be putting 6. So please watch carefully. This place now, the first part, that's the front middle part, I'm going to be inserting for the 4 inches from the dart, from the nipple to nipple. So this is 4 here. So the other side I'm putting 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6 here. So after doing this, I'm now going to take my curve ruler to curve it. So for the other side, the middle part, you're not going to curve it that much. It's just going to be curved a little bit. It's not going to be straight. So you just use the other side of the curve ruler. So you can see what I did. So you just take your dart leg straight to the half length where you remove this dart. Just take it this way. You join it. Hope you understand. So you can see our bustier forming bit by bit. So I've already removed the necessary dart. So the next dart we are going to remove now is called the bust dart. Do you understand? This bust dart, the reason why we remove bust dart is because the back length and the front length is not always the same thing. So for this my client, our back length and our front length is not the same. So I'm just going to be removing 1.5 from our bust. It depends. I can remove 1. It depends. Some people, the difference is up to 3, 2, 1.5, and 1. So for this client, I'm removing 1.5. So this is 1.5 here that I'm removing. So I'm taking it straight to the bust point. Hope you understand what I just do now. So this is a bust dart. So let's go straight now to the updated princess bustier. So for that one now, I'm not going to come to my shoulder. I'm going to divide it into 2. The shoulder parts. I'm going to be dividing it into 2. So that's 3. It's giving me 3. So 3 divided by 2. That's what? That's 1.5. So I've divided it into 2. That's 1.5. So now I'm going to take my ruler down to my bust point. Bust point. So this is it. I'll just take a straight line this way down to my bust point. You know this bust point, I came up by half an inch down to by half an inch because I don't want it to be pointed in the middle. So that's the reason why I came up by half and down by half. So that was where I joined it. I didn't join it at the exact bust point. So after that, I'm just going to come to the shoulder part and remove half inch at one side and half inches also at one side. Then I'm going to take a straight line down to your bust point this way. This way. So you can see it. Now I've taken it half inches. I've taken out the dart half inches from one side and also half inches at one side. So what we are going to do now, this measurement we remove here, the dart, we are going to return it back to the armhole. So you're just all you just have to do, so simple. This is 1 inch, and we would return 1 inch back to the shoulder this way. You understand? If you are a type that can just use your face to measure it, or if you can't, you just take your ruler, your tape, you do this, then you come here too, you put the sign, you come here too, this is half, you put the half. So you understand? Then you just take your ruler, or you can use your free, just trace it this way. Hope you understand? You just do it this way. So that's all. So there's nothing hard about it. You just make sure that you add your dart intake back into your armhole so that it will not be short. So after doing this, just be rest assured that even though when you close the dart, when you close the dart this way, it's going to come out very beautiful. You can see after closing the dart, you can see how it's looking beautiful. So now you're not going to determine where you want your princess to start from. Some people you can decide from here. Do you see what I'm doing? You can decide from here, from the upper part. You can decide from the middle part. Sure, you understand? So it depends on where you want to curve it from. So you're just going to take your curve ruler this way and decide to curve it from anywhere that you want. Okay, just look at me this way now. I'm taking the curve ruler now. You can see the way I put the curve ruler. I want it to be at the middle part of my armhole. So this is the middle part of my armhole. Please take notes. This is the middle part of my armhole. So I'm just going to draw a curved line right down to my bust point. So this is it. So I'm just going to take this pencil this way. Then I'll just go down to my bust point. Please don't let it exceed your bust point. So you can see how this is looking. Hope you understand what I'm saying. If I like, I can start from this place. If I like, I can start from this. If I like, I can start from this joint here, from the shoulder part. Sure, you understand, but just be rest assured that everything is going to come out fine. So this is I'm going to cut it so that you guys will see it. You can see how it's looking after you close the dart. So there's no need of the other one we have, the first one we have is by removing the dart from the armhole. But this one, there's no any removing from the armhole, and when you sew it, it's going to be perfect. Don't worry, I'm going to show you a tutorial of sewing the style. I'm going to drop it after you guys must have watched this and like my video and also share it. So you can see that everything is looking beautiful. So what we are going to do next is the back the back. So for the back also, it's a very simple thing. You just measure the normal thing we did. We measure the back, that's 7 inches. Then I use 8 as the armhole. Then after that, the bust is 35, that is 8.8. Then we're going to take the half length. We don't need the bust point at this measure. We take the half length. The half length is 16. Then that's all. Then we're going to put our straight line here. We're going to draw a straight line just to indicate the half length and everything. Then we are going to measure. We are going to draw a straight line of our armhole. The next thing we're going to do is that make sure that the neckline you remove in the front is also the length you remove in the back. If not, it's not going to be balanced. So remove 4.5. So that's what we are going to do here too. 4.5. That's what we are going to use here too. So we'll just come down by 1 inch too, just as we've done for that place. Then here too also we go down by 0.2, just for us not to have a pointy. Then it depends on how you want your back to go. How low you want it to go. So I want it to go a bit low, Sha. I don't want it to be too small. Let me just use a bit, 2.5. So I'm just going to take my ruler this way. So you have to know how to use your curve ruler also. It's very important too. Very important. So have you seen it this way? Then this place you don't need to remove a armhole depth. You don't need any armhole depth here. Just take your you don't need armhole depth here. You just take your curve ruler and you take your, just form your armhole here. You don't need it at the back. If not, if you remove at the back, it's going to the sleeve is not going to shape well. It's going to go back and look somehow. So you don't need it at the back. So the half length waist is 27, right? So and 27 when we measured it, it was 6.8, I think 6.8. Then, you know, for the full length of the blouse, I told you guys we are going to be using 9. That's 36. The hip measurement. That's what we are going to be using. So just take this shape this way. So this is it. So for my own, it depends on how you want the back to be. Do you understand? Some people, they normally like the back. They normally put the dart from the, they don't like to remove it from the paper, and some is from the clothes they remove it. So it depends. And some there's a shoulder dart too they use for the clothes. So okay, what I'm going to do now, let's just remove that also from the clothes, from the back. So it's going to be looking like a princess dart. Oh no, don't worry, let me just show you the way to remove that from your clothes, just normal darts. So what you're going to do, this is what you're going to do. You're just going to add 1 inch, because you know it's half. You're going to be you're just going to add 1 inch to your clothes. I'll show you everything. I'm going to show you everything when we are doing when we are sewing it. So the bust part, you are just going to take it straight this way. So have you seen it? Then what we are going to do now, please watch this place, is very important. Because if you don't do it, you are going to be having a bulgy at your zipper allowance. From this zipper allowance now, you are going to let it lay flat. Oh, sorry. You are going to remove 0.2 from here, and you are going to also remove 0.2 from here also. Then you are going to take it straight this way. Just to avoid bulgy zipper allowance. Then the next thing you are going to do is that you are going to come down here by ½ inch also. You are just going to draw a slant hope you understand. So you remove this, and you also remove this that after sewing it. It's not about anything. It's going to be fit. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to be showing everything in the sewing video, and when the person puts it on also, you see how beautiful it's going to look on the person. Then what I forgot to show you guys is that this edge here, you are going to go up by, hope you guys are seeing me, you are going to, in this place here, you are going to go up by 1 inch, then you are going to curve it this way, so you're not going to have a sharp edge. You can see it, you're going to go up by 1 inch. So this is the back. So the front also, you are going to come up by 1 inch. Just not to add a sharp edge. If you understand. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So I'm going to be cutting it so that you guys will see everything, how to cut and everything. So let's do the cutting. Please hand me over the paper. You have this thing. Some paper. Just give me. Give me. It's okay. You also close this dots. So I forgot to show us something here. That because we remove the bust dart that remove 1.5, we are going to come up here also by 1.5. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be of the same length. You can see it. Then you go up by 1 inch after that. Hope you are seeing me. Yes, after that, that's just all. Then you cut your back also. I want to show you guys something. But when you get to this place, this dart that I said you are going to remove here, you close it this way. Also, just like how we closed all the darts. Oh, sorry. Okay. By the time you remove it, you will see that you have a perfect fit. No bulging, nothing. So it's when you want to sew, that's when you are going to add your 1 inches allowance. So you can see everything is looking beautiful. So this is how to cut the updated princess dart. You can see it, how it's looking beautiful. And so I'm going to show you guys everything on how to sew and how to cut it, how to join everything, both fixing zip and everything, in the next class. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the class. If there's any question you want to ask me, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you. Bye. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.